snow whirled gently past the window of a small inn in the Croatian town of Misnomir. It was a festive night that night, even though it was cold outside, and the dark settled over the town early. But there was joy and festivity inside the inn, for one of the town's most beloved inhabitants, Krešo Rodenšan,
Happy birthday, Krešo!
was celebrating his birthday. His wife and small son were there, as were all the people of the town, jubilating.
Pass me the protocol.
More asparagus! As was the custom in this small town, they clinked their mugs of apple cider and did the ancient Croatian Misnomir dance. In this scene of merriment, nobody could have expected the great tragedy that was about to befall them. All they knew was as they passed the birthday boy, one by one, offering their congratulations, all was well in their world.
Thank you.
In the middle of the hubbub, the door flew open.
Krešo Rodenšan,
It
you,
was...
sir, have been convicted of treason against Her Majesty, Queen Marionetta VII of Croatia.
It was Count Morbislav, the ruler of the castle on the hill above, the undisputed tyrant of the town. Silhouetted there against the dark night, light falling upon his rugged, evil features, he stared there into the light as the townspeople huddled together around Rodenšan.
Boric, Godej, take him away.
No!
He was dragged out of the tavern, the townspeople protesting loudly as he went. No, please!
What justice is this?
As he left, Morbislav looked once last time back into the tavern,
It was good to see you again, Tomislav.
and the door closed behind him. The townspeople all turned to Tomislav for an explanation. What has happened? What is going on? Tomislav, what? Tell us. What is this?
Evil.
Tomislav knew that he had to go and try to reclaim the prisoner from Count Morbislav.
Justice will be done. Justice will happen.
And so he walked back out into the dark night, closing the door behind him, leaving all the villagers to wonder what would indeed occur that night. Tomislav mounted his horse, Filipkin, and rode up to the castle where Count Morbislav awaited him. The
I was
castle
wondering
drawbridge came down, the portcullis went up, and he rode into the dark, snow-covered courtyard.
Ah, Tomislav, I was wondering when you would show up.
Morbislav, how are you?
Never better.
I can no longer tolerate your ways.
My way, what are my ways? What are these ways you cannot tolerate,
You
dear
do not
Tomislav?
hold to the law of our fathers.
The law of your fathers went in the garbage a long time
Morbislav,
ago.
you must listen to me. Change your ways. Or
Do you think that you, my little brother, can talk up to me? The Count of one of the largest provinces in Croatia? Pah!
Morbislav, you may not act like this.
You know, Tomislav, I would like to show you something. There's something that I've been working on for a very long time, and even though I really don't care about your opinion, I would love for you to look at it. It is down here in my secret lab. Why don't you have a look?
As Tomislav followed Morbislav into the dark staircase, Morbislav closed the door behind him. And as Tomislav stepped onto the staircase, Morbislav came behind him and gave him a mighty shove, and he fell down the staircase, tumbling, landing at the bottom, and did not move.
There are some problems that must be taken care of in a more violent fashion. What do you think, Ivan?
as Morbislav stroked his hamster Kevin. He knew that his moment of power would come.
Yes, those trombones are playing on my video recorder. It is another invention of mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is SDP Radio Family Hour.
As you can tell, we're horrible.
That would have been one of the most macabre openings we've ever had in our lives. But we are still delighted to present you with this mass showing. Today marks the very first annual anniversary of our founding member, Jason Cunningham's birth. Hooray for Jason! Believe it or not, even in despite of that incredibly morbid opening, we are all feeling very celebratory here in the SDP studio. Today joining us for the first time, we have many new guests. We have Casey Tieran, Lydia Hartnett, Andrew Gallo, Jessica Tucker, David Galbraith, Sam Bradshaw. Jason Cunningham is not joining us for the first time. I, of course, am your host, Thurgood Van Ivers. On my right, we have our recurring friend and companion, SDP member, Danny Mays. And then we have James Moresco, John David Moresco, Chris Glass, Bryce Hoover. On piano is... I got you, Andrew. Andrew Gallo was waving at me, but I already said his name. He just wasn't listening. There is Mike Hartnett on the synthesizer, and outside is Justin Cowan and Mrs. Cunningham. Hello, Mrs. Cunningham. Hello. Hello. Thank you for joining us here on this very, very special Family Hour production. We guarantee that the rest of the show will not be as depressing as the beginning, as you can tell from our cheery, reworked theme music. So now we invite you to relax, pull up a small child or two, and join us for this very first SDP birthday broadcast, which we proudly entitle Revolution, Gentlemen. One comes next. 3, 1, stand. As promised, by daylight, the town of Misnomir looks much less depressing than it did before our introduction. Here we have a small Croatian town with a singer standing in the middle of this square. She's dressed in typical Croatian garb, and around her circus the various peasant forms, such as the baker, who wanders through the square selling his wares.
Ah, yes, would you like to buy some bacon?
Bakers don't sell bacon. Well, this one does. And such as the local undertaker.
Hi, hello. How are you?
Who always sort of looked at people as though he wished they would just drop down dead so his business would get better.
I have lovely conversations with them.
And there was the local milliner, hat maker.
Hiya, hatter. I have a hatter for you.
She made all of the hats. She was slightly eccentric,
Oh, you take hat now.
but everybody loved her
Hat,
dearly.
hat, 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 hat.
And then there was the local dog catcher, who could be found chasing dogs frantically around the square. Or sometimes he could be found with dogs chasing him. There was also a Finnish minstrel passing through town that day.
Well, no, I am German, I'm not Finnish.
A German
But I
minstrel.
take it anyway. I am a minstrel. I am a minstrel.
And he sang beautiful songs, and all the people laughed in delight at his music. And there also was that singer again. And watching her across the square was
The butcher.
the butcher! The butcher, who I always try my best to forget, because he sells slightly out-of-date meat, which I highly do not recommend.
It's not out of date, it's been there for 2 years.
The butcher was a genial fellow who sold dubious wares. But far away from all of this hubbub in the street, down a shady lane in the town of Misnomir, there was a small brick house, in which lived the unfortunate widow of Tomislav. Her name was Previna Tomislavsky, and she was there inside of the house with her son, Branimir Tomislavski, and their family friend, Radovan. As they sat around the table, they discussed this and that. Pravina chopped turnips, Branimir shredded peas, and Radovan did absolutely nothing, sitting around, watching them work, as they chatted of this and also of that.
What a dreadful political state we are in. I would love to make my father proud. Mother, what shall I do?
Why do you get so involved in politics, Branimir? Look what it did to your father. He tried and he tried, but it didn't work. He's dead.
Excuse me. Branimir, could you pass me the peppermint tea?
Gladly.
Thank
As
you.
my father always used to say, contentedness, happiness, those things that fill yourselves with joy, they will prevail once again.
You know what, Mrs. Tomislavski? Branimir, he has good ideals. You know, the day I met him in the Swiss Alps, I knew he would one day be president of Croatia.
I don't want him to be president of Croatia.
But why? Because his father was very ambitious too, but
And
his
look what
father-
happened to him.
But he didn't have the zest in this dire
Zest!
zing zing as a Branimir has. And the Branimir, I look at him and I look into his eyes and I see a light like George Washington, the kind of light that picks you up and raises you on the mountains and then drops you in the highest places. And I think one day he can live up to your expectations.
No, I will not allow it.
Okay, I'm going to drink my tea. I don't care anymore.
The government must change. I'm going to the tavern now.
No,
You go, Branimir. You go.
no, stay here.
Wait, Branimir, I will come with you. I will protect you. I will protect you from the great, evil Count Morbislav. He is on the prowl.
Come along, Radovan.
Let us go. Shabbat Shalom.
And out the door they went, down the street to the tavern,
Stop, stop, stop.
with Pravina screaming behind them.
What is it, Mrs. Tomislavski?
She just didn't want them to go, but she couldn't find the words to express why it truly was that she was so afraid for her son.
Don't cry, Mrs. Tomislavski. I promise I will take care of him. I will pour my heart out for him. Not to him, but for him. And I will, if, for example, Count Morbislav came around the bin with a great club in his hand, I would smack him with my shovel, and I would annihilate him right then and there. And you would not have to worry about losing your son, because he is in my control. So go take a nap, drink your peppermint tea, do not worry about anything at all. Goodbye, a good day. Shalom.
His words of peace had calmed her soul, yet she still let a tear fall as she went back into the house. For no matter what Radovan would say, as kind and as noble as his intentions may be, she had lost one man from her house to the evil Count Morbislav already, and she was not willing she should lose another. But all of this was not on Branimir's heart as he went down to the tavern, where he flung open the door and addressed the townsfolk.
Hey, Branimir!
Branimir! Hey, Otto!
You gonna order more drinks? Croatian fellows. Will we sit here? Will we sit here while the political corruption Morbislav takes over the government?
Yeah!
Never. Certainly will not. Let's march into the streets. Let us form a democracy, representation of the people, as my gloriously amazing father once said, people of Croatia stand for the ideal of democracy.
Hey, let's...
I dare say he's got the vocal characteristics of his father. Yes, and about as much sense too, silly boy. What? You cannot go and change an entire government just by walking up with a pitchfork to a castle?
Go home or order more drinks.
Yes, buy us more drinks! Why would you want to risk your life on something like this? Yes, tell us!
I want some ale.
It's this simple, my friends. I would risk my life. For my country, for my town, for my fellow citizens. And we shall charge. We shall bring democracy and freedom.
But how will you do this? How will you do this?
I'm not quite sure yet. But I'll think of something soon.
But perhaps somebody needs to go to the Queen with that.
That does sound like a good idea!
Go to the Queen, he says!
Oh no! He's going to kill his father!
The Queen!
Ladies and gentlemen, that's rubbish. It is not the Queen we need. But we need the democracy of butchers and bakers and all the people who walk the streets of this politically corrupt town.
That's what your father said!
My father, my beloved father. If only I could follow in his footsteps. He stood for the ideal.
You're doing just fine.
As they spoke, a minstrel, the very minstrel we met earlier, was strumming his guitar in the background. As he listened to the music, Branimir had a thought that perhaps, although the Queen was not the ideal political ideal, it might be good to go and appeal to her. Perhaps the first step in saving his town from its corruption would be to go through the current authoritative channels. He turned to Radoslav to get his opinion on the idea.
What is your opinion on the idea?
What idea were you talking about?
The idea, of course,
Of democracy?
of going and getting democracy to the mainstream channels of our political, corrupt government.
Well, let's see. You'll need a plan. You will need a marching song. And you will need a peppermint tea. We got your mom for that. And, do you think the Queen might help? Could we get her to help us? And oh, I have a friend. He works at the furniture business down the street. He said that if ever I was to help rebuild this town, he would be ready to help because, he builds. He builds couches and sofas. He actually bought a sofa for my mother once. It was so kind of him.
That's devastational.
But anyways, he was willing to help us, so I think the three of us could rally up this town, and I think if we truly believe our cause, we can do it! We can do it!
Radovan, you're the friend I've always wanted.
Branimir.
And the companion that I will always count on to accompany into the hard times.
But it was you, Branimir, who saved me when I was half frozen in the French Alps. I was there with my father one day. My father was a snowstorm biologist. We were studying the snowstorm, and alas, a great avalanche came and flooded us.
All right, cut that. All right, that's enough of that. This bar's closing in 5 minutes. Get out.
More drinks!
Okay, we'll finish this later.
And so Branimir and Radovan went out into the street again, where Branimir tried to ignore the fact that Radovan's accent randomly changed halfway through his speech, and he thought it would be a good thing to go off and find that marching song, get that peppermint tea, go look up that furniture merchant, and then go to the Queen. STP Family Hour will return after this short paid advertisement. Until then, hold on to your chairs. Or your cats.
Here we are with all the greatest hits in Dance, Dance, Revolution, Revolution, Dance. Bringing back all those fond memories of bars and all the times out on the road with your friends. Like all the greatest hits from JD DJ. My red Mustang, woo! And all the greatest from That Guy's Got Too Much Hair.
Whoa,
That guy! He's got too much hair! Too much hair! All the moments that inspired you to greater and better things. Like my mother has a mohawk.
And my mother, she always said that I had the best hair in town.
Amazing. Bringing you back to those sentimental moments that defined your young youth on the open plains. Like that classic hit, Open Prairie, My Dog Home Prairie.
The wind blows through the grass. Unlock my joy, my prairie dog. Love.
And then bringing you back up to the 80s, where we refreshed ourselves with those great unstoppable hits that played 24/7 on the radio. Hits like My Drapes in My Bathroom Look Bigger Than My Drapes in My Living Room, otherwise known as DPRMDP.
I wish that I could go back there.
This collection is the most comprehensive and unbelievable deal that we've ever offered on SDP Radio. It is unbelievable pricing, is available for monthly installments of $49.95, but believe me, it is worth every penny. This bunch of dots and zeros is worth more than you could ever imagine in pleasure and unbelievable satisfaction as you slip this into your CD player and unveil unbelievable audio moments that'll sensationalize any atmosphere and any get-together. So buy it now or be late and don't ever let it slip away.
We now return to our regularly scheduled SDP Radio Family Hour production.
I've got it all here. So I got the hairbrushes, and I got the combs, and I got the powder puffs, and I got
I've been
everything.
waiting for you forever.
I'm sorry, I tripped down the stairs and I fell all the way back down.
That is not a good excuse. Tripping is no
I think I have a bruise.
Back to charm school with you.
Oh, you know what? Okay. I have brushes and combs. Let's just
Get started. I need to get my hair done for my nap.
Now, did you want a crossover braid or a double bun?
I don't care. Just do whatever you want.
That's fine. By the way, I heard some peasants talking. Is this too tight? I got it. Heard some peasants talking. Said there's a lack of food in the country. Just so you know.
Well, you know what? I don't care.
A little more makeup around the eyes.
Yeah, thank you. Where's my mirror? I can't see from the back.
Here, I get it. Hang on.
Oh,
Here, got it. Right.
look at that face. Can't you do anything more with it?
I've done everything I can. Corrective surgery. I mean, it's just my face, you know?
That is, again, unacceptable.
Well, I know. With this paper bag over my head. Paper bag! Now I need eye holes. I definitely don't have any eye holes.
Well, that certainly takes care of the problem of looking at you for the rest of my life.
Okay, fine. I'll just, walk over here to the...
Your Majesty!
I hear a voice! Hark!
Your Majesty,
Yes?
delegation from the town of Misnomia.
Well, I'm getting my hair done. Can I come back later?
No!
Who is that? I can't see out of
Take that bag off your head.
Hang on.
We have visitors. Let them in. And get me some bonbons while you're at it.
Bonbons coming up!
The door, Janet.
Oh, the door! What about the door?
There's someone at it.
It's men!
Do I look presentable?
Should I be honest? Or should I keep my job?
Janice!
I mean this! Yes, you do.
Wonderful. Show them in.
Yes, ma'am. Announcing Her Highness. There you go. Announcing Your Highness, Queen Marionetta, the XIVIIXIV. Excuse me, your visitors.
Thank you. Show them in.
I just did.
Oh my.
Here they are. Come right on in. Oh, come on in. What's your name?
My name is Branimir.
Wonderful. Can you take notes, Janice? Because I won't be paying attention to the job.
Yeah, I learned to write.
Oh, Branimir, are you the one who everyone's saying, you say, political? Well, I'm going to get my courtiers to political you out of my court.
How ticklish.
Milady,
What?
I have concerns about the political affairs of this current state.
So I've heard.
Now here's the thing. Problems we have had.
Wait, hold on. Can we just stop for a moment? Are you assuming that I'm listening to you?
Yes, I was shown in for that very reason.
Well, fine, alright, think what you like.
I'm listening, Branimir.
Civilians are unheard, mistreated. There's something wrong with our political state. We need democracy, democratic democracy, where the people will be represented, heard.
He's talking about government stuff again.
Oh, well, can you bring out the boxes of, you know, political things and get them for him? Thank you. Who are you, and what business do you have in my court?
I'm your advisor, Skriko.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Sorry.
And I think I've told this man we have things quite under control.
Oh, good. I'm sure you have everything under control.
You really don't need to worry yourself anymore.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Let me share a few more concerns.
I'm sorry. Skriko, can you political him out of this court?
I will show him to the door.
Thank you.
Hold on!
My most reliable Skriko.
Suddenly the door banged open and a messenger ran in with a letter for Skriko.
Skriko, I have a letter from
Count Morbislav.
Bring it up, please.
Janice, we still haven't finished my hair.
As the letter was handed over, Janice and the Queen did not even notice as they were occupied with doing...
You know what, I've changed my mind. I think that maybe we should do a couple of raids to the bath, and then... Oh, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Janice! Janice, pay attention!
Yes, I think that would be wonderful. Maybe it would be even better if we just shaved it all off.
What?
Sort of a new punk skater look.
Well, I trust you.
Alright, let me get the clippers.
As Janice and the Queen were getting the clippers, Skriko went out of the room to read the letter which had just been delivered to him. And Radovan and Branimir followed him out of the room.
Branimir, come here for a moment. I saw something. I saw... Skriko? No. Morgislav. I fear it's true. He is sending letters to Skriko and twisting his brain. And therefore, he is muddling the brain of the Queen, Her Majesty Queen Marionetta, the XVV 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever. But the point is, we must stop these letters, we must intercept them and rip them up.
Indeed.
Burn them.
Indeed.
If not, she will twist his mind.
Morbid Morbislav.
Count Morgislav is returning.
And Count Morbislav walked into the room.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty Marionetta. You are looking wonderful today.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you get a lip? Did you get it done?
Well, I'm actually getting my head shaved.
I think you should get it shaved. I love the punk skater look.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, and who is this?
I'm Janice. I'm Janice. My name is Janice. What's your name?
Janice, I think that clipper's sticking into my scalp a little.
Hi,
Yes,
Count.
that is...
Hi, Count Morbislav. How are you?
Who is your name?
I'm, let me see. My name is, Radovan.
What sort of a nut thought of that silly name?
You can talk to my dad about that.
No, I don't think I will.
Okay.
Your Majesty, it was wonderful seeing you this afternoon.
Yes, you
But
were.
I have very important things to attend to. I must
As a
leave.
person, I have to
Skriko,
attend to.
Skriko, come with me, please. I need to talk to you. Let's
Skriko,
go.
don't be long. Skriko.
Queen, I'll be right back.
Oh.
Okay, so...
Branimir, do you see what I mean? He's going to twist his mind. He's about to talk to him.
My only question, why is he sending him letters when he's already talking to him in person?
I don't know. Let's find out.
So as I said, Skriko, what you must do is slowly pervert the mind of the Queen. You see, she is not such a bad person, you see.
I read this in the letter.
Right. Well, you see, the reason I'm coming to you in person is because, unfortunately, all my pens broke. Kevin was chewing on them, you know. He likes to do that.
Oh, yes.
But I cannot stay here. I have a feeling we are being listened to.
Yes.
So I must leave.
I will not let you down.
Do not.
Branimir, follow them?
Yes, Radovan.
But to his castle, like secret agents like Sherlock and Watson.
James Bond?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go.
You go get your gun, I'll go get my can of pepper spray in Mountain Dew. I'll mix the Mountain Dew with the pepper spray and make a deadly poison. And we'll be ready. Alright, you go get it, I'll go get mine. I'll meet you tonight, 12 o'clock at midnight as the moon moves over the great oak tree. We shall depart.
And so they left the palace in pursuit of the evil Count Morbislav. Meanwhile, the queen was discovering the horror of a freshly shaven head.
What did you do? Oh, you horrid! You gotta get away immediately! Well, she definitely has her mother's sense of fashion.
Now would be the perfect time to break for a commercial. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Phil.
And we're from Shangtown Wigs.
We make disposable wigs for all your disposable wig needs. If you're losing your hair, whether you're male or female, baby or old man, you can use our disposable wigs anytime.
We are the makers of Lice Be Gone, and we have a brand new product to introduce today. Bald Be Gone.
Isn't that funny? First, our guest, his name is Joe. Joe, what do you have to say about the wigs?
I love the wigs, and I used to have very bald hair. This is very, very, very bald. And well, the problem was I always wanted a mullet, and I got my wish. I got a mullet.
They come in all shapes, all sizes,
all colors. Our next testimonial is from a guy in San Francisco, California. Bruce. Before I got my disposable wig, my head was like a big bowling ball. But now I have a disposable wig, and my friends love it. Thanks, disposable wig makers. Thanks, Bruce.
Now we have Cindy from Michigan.
I would just like to say that without my disposable wigs, I would have no friends, because once I started wearing a different color hair every single day, everyone liked to come up and talk to me. So thank you, disposable wigs.
Our final testimonial is from our own hometown of Shanghai, China.
Hey, I used to be a big geek, and then I got a mohawk wig from the disposable wig makers, and now I'm cool.
That's right, Ming Funling.
We will make you cool.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good day.
And buy a disposable wig.
Today.
We now return to our Silverdome Radio Family Hour production. After leaving the Queen's Castle, our hero Branimir and his faithful friend Radovan returned to their hometown of Misnomir, where they sought out their friends Anna and Father Krasimir.
Radovan, here we are under the great oak tree under the moon this evening. Branimir, there's a full moon. Bad omen. Oh, as long as we pick up sages of the Centuriana and the minister Krasimir, we will be fine.
Let's go spy on Count Morbislav. Let's go to his castle.
Yes.
Come on. Where's Anna? Anna!
Anna, I hear.
Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, it's so dark I couldn't see you. My hand in front of my face.
Minister?
Minister.
Minister
I'm
Chris.
right here.
No! Oh, sorry, Minister, it's just you.
It is time to trot off to the castle of the morbid Morbislav.
Let us make haste.
Quick, I see it in the distance.
And so off they went, towards the castle, whispering as they went about their plans.
Look! Look! Do you see that shape? Oh, the clouds are clearing.
Courage,
No,
friends.
no, no, no. The moonlight is casting.
Do not speak too soon.
Courage, courage.
It is a castle.
It's the castle. It's the castle.
They had desired Anna there for her extraordinary wisdom and good sense. As they approached the castle, she said,
Look, I see a way in. Let's go.
Anna, it's the main hallway. What should we do?
You first, Anna. Ladies first. Always, always.
Yes, I believe. If we walk this way, we might go undercover.
Everyone follow Anna.
Okay, we go.
Demonstrating a lack of male leadership, they entered the castle, and reverberating footsteps fell as they trod lightly, trying not to make themselves heard. And small.
Do you hear that dripping?
Small drops of water.
What's that smell?
Courage.
It was indeed a creaky and distressing place. And they snuck through the castle, but did not find anyone.
Where is everyone?
So, this is where Count Morbislav lives?
Apparently.
Apparently. I don't see him anywhere. I'm just going to yell because he's not in here. I'm not afraid.
Suddenly, they heard whistling.
Get off the table!
Oh yes, Kevin, yes. Living in this castle all by myself, I do get lonely, but I'm so glad I have a very nice hamster to keep me company.
The Count entered the great banqueting hall, where the 4 friends were hidden underneath the great banqueting table, stroking his hamster, Kevin.
Kevin, do you have something to eat?
Get off my foot!
Kevin, did you say something? Have you developed talent to speak? Ah, my hamster. I knew him having a... Now, Kevin, you are beginning to scare me. Well, will you have something to eat, Kevin?
Suddenly, Branimir could contain himself no longer. In desire to exact revenge for his father, and also to cast out the evil Count and restore political freedom, he burst from beneath the table, drawing his pistol.
Morbislav! That is definitely not Kevin.
He demanded that the Count abdicate and grant the people democracy.
Abdicate immediately. Grant the people the representation they need.
Generally...
Democracy.
Yeah, no taxation without representation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Branimir, who do you think you are? I have been around many moons. You think you can take me in a pistol duel?
Shall we try?
You shall fail. 10 steps.
1,
You can do it, Branimir. Think of your father.
3,
Think of him.
We are with you at heart.
4,
I am with you in spirit, but not in
5,
body.
6, 7,
Come over, look like I'm not,
8,
like I'm not.
9,
Oh, I slipped!
10.
He turned and fired! Branimir slipped just before the shot was fired, and so the Count missed him.
Blast, and this thing takes an hour to reload.
Branimir's gun went skittering away across the floor as he fell.
My gun?
Pick it
The
up,
Count.
Branimir, pick it up.
Branimir was trapped on the floor as the Count advanced on him, reloading his pistol.
Now I have you,
Don't shoot
Branimir.
me, please don't shoot me. All I wanted was political.
Don't get his pistol. I'll get his pistol. Ow! It's a pistol.
Suddenly!
Take your gun, quick.
What?
No! Let me narrate! Suddenly, Pravina, Branimir's mother, leapt out from behind a tapestry.
Mommy! Son!
She
Where
held
did this
forth.
lady come from?
She held forth a letter.
What does the letter say?
Have you been reading my personal memoirs? You are despicable.
This was the final piece of proof that Count Morbislav had committed unspeakable acts of evil, and not even a queen as absent-minded and as uncaring as Queen Marionetta would tolerate such an evil minister. Also, it documented, as she read to them all, how Morbislav had been manipulating the Queen's own minister, and thereby exercising undue authority upon the whole nation of Croatia.
You lady, you shall not kill me, neither shall you. Because if you try to kill me, I will kill the hamster. And then the 3 others will be after you.
As he said this, he stood at the top of a tall staircase, and he laughed in defiance. Pravina, enraged by her husband's death and exacting revenge, raced forward at him.
The 3 others!
He fell down the stairs, echoing the death of his brother so many long years ago. He fell and lay still at the foot of the stairs. Then, out of the darkness came the tapping of a cane, and a wizened old man appeared before them bearing a tray.
Hello, Count Morvislav, sir. I brought your peppermint tea. Hello, gentlemen, ladies. Where's Count Morvislav?
He's right down there at the foot of the stairs.
What's he doing at the foot of the stairs?
He's dead.
Dead? Count Morvislav? What a pity.
All this dismality. Are we all so dismal? Let us rejoice! Democracy has conquered.
What? Who's the next count?
Good question.
I believe that would go to my son, Branimir, who was the nephew of Count Morislav.
Branimir? I've heard that name before.
Branimir? You? My best friend is Count of Democracy!
Branimir. Well done!
Let me officiate the ceremony right now.
Let's go outside under the great oak tree and do it in the sunlight.
And so they raced out into the blossoming sunlight, where they all gathered around the new Count Branimir.
Kneel!
I could use a new butler. Would you do me the honor, older man?
It would be my pleasure, sir.
Yet, even as they were preparing the ceremony to complete his countdom, a lone figure wandered from the valley below, strumming on his instrument. It was the minstrel from the town, and as he approached, they felt their hearts lightened at his coming. As he came, he sang a song of democracy.
Sing out, my man!
No, politics, it's all wrong for me. It's all wrong for me. It's all wrong for me. Those politics. Why can't we all be free in harmony? I wish we all could see the way we need to be. Those politics. Those politics. Those politics.
It occurred to Branimir how much better it would all be if he refused the countdom and established a democracy.
Friends, I believe I will refuse your kind offer to be count, and we shall establish a democratic democracy where all the people have a say in what occurs in this fine town of Croatia. Freedom for all.
If only your father were here to see you. Well, I am.
I'm so proud of you, son.
Justice has prevailed. Justice has happened.
Oh, justice has prevailed.
Democracy.
Justice has prevailed.
It's happened.
This has been a first anniversary SDP Radio birthday broadcast in celebration of the birthday of Jason Cunningham, the founding member of SDP. Thank you all so much for joining us today for this very special adventure entitled Revolution Gentlemen. Joining us today, we have a large guest cast, including Samuel Bradshaw,
I was hoping to officiate the ceremony today.
David Galbraith,
Snowstorm biology. My father was a snowstorm biologist.
Jessica Tucker,
Oh, my dear Branimir.
Lydia Hartnett,
Ah, hata, hiya, hata.
John David Moresco,
Justice, it's all about justice, and justice will happen.
Andrew Gallo.
Politics. It's all about politics. It's all about politics. It's all about politics. It's all about politics.
Michael Hartnett.
Take them all out in one pesky stroke.
Casey Tieran.
My hair! Janice, you're fired!
Bryce Hoover.
I brought you your peppermint tea, sir.
And, of course, James Maresco.
Goodbye, political corruption. Hello, democracy.
Our regular cast includes Danny Mays.
I bring evil tyranny everywhere. Now I must go back and play my piano.
On both music and vocals, Jason Cunningham.
I didn't do anything. I directed.
David Somerville. Oh, that's me. I'm playing Thurgood Van Ivers. That's right. And then, of course, on sound we have Justin Cowan.
Yeah!